I'll do it. I can't even remember what I was going to do or say. I was thinking something. Like, I was actively about to say something. And then, yeah, that happened. Make sure she eats and drinks every so often because I've got a lot of food on her at this point and I don't really want it to be taking up the entire thing. That would be the other side. No, that's a new room. Okay, I probably should have left that alone for like 1 more minute. Yeah, alright. I don't actually mind those little rooms for like hidey holes or spots. Alright, straight up, I can see this guy over here. I did not see the chick up there. I'm gonna need this gun for this one. Let's step down, and that'll give me a stronger shot. Why isn't this one going down? I kind of thought there was closer zombies. Yeah, so I make a point of, whenever I can, just crouching down and letting the extra damage from the shadows perk happen. Pretty sure I heard something shuffle behind that door. Nobody likes to hear shuffling behind doors. Alright. I just got... That would be good if, like, I didn't already have one, but basically at this point in time, I have so many stuff that I don't really need to be holding on to, which is a little bit of a shame, because some of this stuff is really good. But don't get me wrong, just because I'm scrapping it doesn't mean that the gear's not good. I just don't have the space to run around with it. Where are you? It's going to get a little bit cramped in a moment because I'm about to open up a couple of big chests. So, I have all the food I could possibly take. I can't hold on to extra things like that. So, it's time for it to drink up whatever we can. Because I don't need to take home liquids. The cans of food will be great. I can just do that with cooking or whatever. Which not hurts. I can't use any of this. Well, I can. It's just kind of pointless. I don't need sand. Come on, chug that coffee. I'm like tempted to make her chug the recog. I don't think it makes her drunk. I did sit here once when I ended up making all the food and all the drinks I could possibly make. And I made all the different medicines and I had all these other kind of like beverages and foods and stuff like that you can't make. I sat there and I made her eat and drink all of it just to see what would happen. And it ended up being that she just had this massive wall of like buffs that were just going to be like, I don't know, 3 in-game days before most of it wore off. And I'm like, well, damn, she doesn't need to do anything. And then I remembered that I was going to glass it home to a different base. And I'm like, I shouldn't have just made her eat and drink all this stuff. Like, it was such a waste. Yes, I did end up glassing it back to my base. Let's drink this stuff too. No, it sells pretty well. Oh, it's like pills. Weird. Well, most of these things only buff up to 3 at a time. That'll do it. And there's some foot bites. I don't need them, but why not? I don't like dropping some of this stuff. Like, I can't just drop a med kit. I don't know why. My brain will not let me do that. But it will let me waste using it on myself. Let's go into a recipe. I don't think it does. Does it? That doesn't go into a recipe. I'll just make sure to take out the things that aren't going to go into a recipe. I think this one does go. No? Alright. Should give me some space. Give me this. Alright. So, with those, try and make as much space as I possibly can. Honestly, the amount of times I drop these things, like, I know they're useful if we're making them and stuff like that, but if I'm doing a quest and we're not actively in need of them, they're not something I take home. If I did, we'd probably end up having like 150 plus very early game. These things, I also don't get those very often. Alright, she's going to be pretty much good for food and drink for a long time. Alright. So, we've got all that. Don't need that. You can go out of there. And let's start looting stuff. There's this bag, and then I've got to figure out all the way up here. Up there. Is another one. Oh yeah, now I remember how I broke my leg. Yeah. Fuck, no. Don't do it. Yeah, I do remember this now, actually, because we got all the way into here, and for some reason, Grim, you had like 1 point of health. You were literally on actually 1 health standing here, and you were about to run into that room. And we're like, holy shit, just gave you like all the food and drink. Precog. Alright, there's a chest. It was amazing how sometimes, like in some games, you can get so severely damaged without even noticing. In other games, it's impossible not to be aware of your health wavering. Alright. So that can scrap, that can scrap. Let's read that. Acid's always nice. And of course, it's the first thing I can't pick up. Okay. I like selling the steroids, but let's see. I'm gonna slather on some of this good old aloe. I'll do it. Alright, now to try to get back on this without falling. There we go. I think you're supposed to go up either A or B way. I don't think there's any specifics to it. I'm playing around, mate. I was gonna say, where are they coming from? This is where the penetration mod, whatever it is. Stop. The penetration perk, sorry, is where it really helps. Because if I didn't, like, if I line them up in a straight line, I can basically, like, kill all of them super fast without any problems. But if I don't, if I try to take them on individually or I don't have penetrator on, I'm basically going to mow down each one individually. Alright. I'm guessing this takes me back down to the floor. There's a button. I'm guessing that's the way out. Alright, so I'm not quite finished in here yet. I know there's way down, but I also did see it. There was that room over there, and I'm a bit curious about it because I should be able to. Hang on. I just noticed this was here. Oh, I'm gonna have to go all the way over this stupid thing, aren't I? There we go. Alright, what's down in here? Alright. This has been interesting. I haven't quite seen a building like this. Like, I obviously, like, tail-ended it when we investigated this place, but, like, I haven't actually uniquely explored this place before. Because I mostly just spent my time being lost, going around in circles. Holy crap. This goes up too? I don't think it's possible to find everything in here. Alright, let's get going up. Have a look. That looks like a bag. Is this the roof that I was at earlier? Is this where the zombies were? No? Just a miscellaneous roof? Alright. I don't really want to scrap that. Can I scrap this? Nope. Should be able to... Fine, I'll use it. I don't need that. So, where... Get up. Okay, we're on the very, very top. Wow, okay. Let's go back down, try not to die. I hate looking down these things. I really do. Like, there is no mechanic that doesn't, like, trigger my fear of falling when I'm on something like this. Calm down, mate. Jesus Christ. Alright. So, we want to go back up here. Shut that, that'd be easier. Man, that guy's going to town. I'm guessing I have to... Yeah, okay, so this is the way. And I don't think I can jump one up. Maybe I can jump up two. Alright, yeah, round the back. No, wait, I want to go this way. That's okay. Figured it out before I got all the way up there. Yeah. Alright. I'm guessing this leads all the way around and in behind that. And that guy is like really digging it. Whatever. I don't need gunpowder. Honest to God, don't need paper. I'll sell that if I can. Let's see. I'll scrap that for space. I mean, this is just going to go into steel parts, but it'd be probably a better sale as a whole. You go in there? Yes? Okay. I have like a little bit more space in here. Just a tiny bit. And then proceeds to turn around and just loots anyway. Yep. What I do. Alright. Also, I remember to wear my glasses today. The reading's not as much of a problem. Wow, these ones really actually take a solid hit and get back up each time, don't they? Okay. So what, this connects to here anyway? So, alright. That is an extremely breezy, calm down. That is one gassy zombie. Oh, there is a lot of them. You know what? I'm not sure how to use this specifically. That looks better. Wakey wakey. Wow. You can definitely tell I don't use those often. What the hell? I want to kill that one zombie that's like smacking on the wall. Oh. Okay. Ooh, extra greenies. Huh. Okay, so they're not actually good for zombies. That would be good to know. That is good to know, I should say. So I can't scrap this thing or that, and I really don't need them, but... So, this. By sneaky. One shot. Accidentally clipped the chair. The other guy got out. I heard him. Run in front of my bullets. Run through them. Jesus. Have the common courtesy to, like, you know, take yourself out. What's that in here? I'm actually super surprised that this is a lot bigger place than I really thought it would be. Also, I kind of forgot that it's a clear quest, to be honest, so I'm kind of glad that I'm, like, really going the extra mile trying to find stuff. Love the green. So, is this the bottom of the stairs that I was looking at before? Because it kind of does look that way. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this would have taken me down and through here before. And there's a room down there, I noticed. What's this do? Okay. There's a room over here. This is stairs. Okay, so let's shut the stairs. This obviously takes me out here. Okay. That opens out into here. So I'm going to go and open the other garage door and see what's over here. I'm going to guess that key's, yeah. Alright. I feel like this was where I came in before. went in like that way and around, maybe? Alright. Oh, there's one up there. Alright, okay. How do I get up there? There's another key over here. Okay, so this is close to where I came in the very beginning. Wow. Alright. Wait, I was going this way, I think. So, I've got to get there. Just past the ladder. Ladder. There we go. Got it eventually. Alright, so, which side is it on? That way. It should be like up here. And then, wow, okay. So that is the quest done. Now I just have to go out this way, was it? Yeah, okay, so over here. It wasn't that stairs. It was, oh my god. It wasn't the stairs, was it? Nope. It might have been that stairs. Thanks. Yeah. I did love the sound effects of the old like Warcraft. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Finding my way. Alright. Activate the hatch. Alright. I won't be able to shut that, but okay. That is that quest done. Is this open? No. Alright. That was an adventure. It was nice not to have a completely smashed leg. I think I had to have done that on something external, honestly. I sort of thought maybe there would be something I had to do in here, but there wasn't. Like, I kind of expected maybe a zombie to be in there. I'm going for all my ammo and stuff. I actually did that pretty okay. I'm low on that. Low-ish on that. I picked up paper again. And I have quite a lot of stuff to sell, so I'm just gonna make her chug some water. And that should be... This one was the snow quest, so I can't hand this in until I go back up towards my way. But yeah, all the quests up in the snow were like level 5, because that's kind of like where I stayed up there. So, now... Yeah, you should make your coffee, Grim. Oh, I was going to go over to the waterworks before I left this area. So I wanted to like wander around and kind of like give a semi-tour of the kind of waterworks we had. Like, it won't be exactly the same. Like, it will be a slightly different version of it, but it should be like semi the same layout. Bloody beds. Alright. Yeah, so the waterworks. Let me put my bike down. Give me this. There we go. Okay. So, there's a couple of things about the waterworks that I think some people perhaps just don't know. Let me just put a waypoint over there so it's on the way. So, when you actually approach a waterworks, there's a couple of things. So, probably first thing to know is up in this tower there is water. There should also be, don't know if it's changed, but there should also be a box to loot. And underneath this tree, there is always one tree out the front, and it's enclosed by a square area of concrete. Underneath there is a latch, and that takes you right through to the end treasure of the waterworks. So the whole point, obviously, of the waterworks is to get to that room and come up, dig your way through the tree, yada yada, and you're out, right? Um, but not everybody knows that. So if you want to have really good loot, really, really quickly, chop down the tree, dig out the hole, open up the hatch. I think you got to dig that out too. And then you basically just drop down, take out the spikes, and walk up the room. And I don't know if you've got to drill the door or if it unlocks. I can't remember, but it's a full on like secure metal hatch, and you've got to take that out to get in. And then you're in a room with like, I think it's 3 boxes, a hardened chest, weapons bag, some food, and usually some other stuff. So it's really, really good. There's probably from memory, at least 5 zombies in that room. So if you're a low level, or say you've got 2 low level people and you have a handgun or something like that at that point, or even just a good spear, you can start off with that. You can literally stay on the staircase and like let them come up one at a time, and stab them with a javelin, and you'll be right. You know, and then you've got like a whole heap of loot, so much loot. Um, it's definitely worth the effort. I'm just going to put some of this stuff down. I'm not going to be able to carry all of it. Like when I go in there, which I am going in there by the way, I'm not going to be able to bring everything back. So might as well just get rid of this and this, because I'm not going to take them and sell them. If I get more of that, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll drop it. This can go. It's too small a space. This probably is not enough space for what I'm about to go to, but we'll find out. I do want the acid to stay with me. I want to accidentally sell that or something. Glasses can go. What else? I don't really need cloth and other stuff like that, but I mean, some of these things sell. That's $92. That's not good enough. Not good enough to stay in my inventory. Got you some biscuits. Oh, nice. What kind of biscuits? You got chocolate, and the other is butter snap. I haven't heard of butter snap actually. I'll need to look that up. Found your weakness. Go and have 6 of each with your coffee. Oh man, biscuits and coffee though, the best bloody thing. Like we have, my partner brought home some biscuits from work. They order, I think every fortnight, a work food order, and it's generally too much. And instead of just leaving the scraps or whatever behind for the weekend or throwing them out, we just, if there's like 6 cookies or something like that, we just bring it home, and nobody's got any problem with that. But these cookies that he brought home are so friggin' sweet. Like, you need to have a really, really solid, bitter, hot drink to eat them. I don't know how on earth you could possibly eat them without it. Um, yeah, it's just a little intense. Um, okay, so this, we ended up enclosing this. We ended up moving this area forwards because obviously it had an underground area, which we ended up filling up. But yeah, we ended up having, I think we had this wall, and I think I built it back by one. So it was too thick. So it was like that thick over there. And we had 3 layers of spikes out. So it came out to here. And then it went up by 5. So this wall looks like it's 4 high, maybe 5 or 4.5 with that little nubby bit on top of it, right? So this is 4.5 tall. So if you can imagine, the spikes went up to at least there. I had to remove all of this like waterworks signs, and yeah, because you can't actually put boxes in front of those. Those are each individual letters and stuff. Um, but yeah, we got rid of all of like the various cars and stuff in here because we ended up indenting that back. That's kind of where we made like a little like car park specifically. This whole area was basically open. We had a garage door across here. It was about the perfect width for this. I think we had to take it in by 1 block, but only 1 block. But yeah, the general thing was like we kept the water that's over there, and we ended up fully enclosing that inside with like spikes and barrels and all sorts of stuff. We learnt way too late not to use burning barrels. It attracts zombies. Didn't know that for a while. So we ended up taking out the first couple of rungs of this, so we'd still have to jump up, right? But the zombies, every so often, they would actually make it in because this area out the back is not closed. And it took me a while to end up closing that in for our actual base that we had. I actually wouldn't mind building up another one of these, but honestly, I'd get rid of most of the building, most of the back of the building, and I'd probably fill that in with just dirt and stuff, and I'd maybe keep that, but it wouldn't be within the barrier. This section would be. Yeah, so anyway, up here is water. So if you go around here, up in here, there's a latch, and you have water, which of course you can collect with your glass jar. If I can just get down in here, get in here. But there's also almost always a box. In some games, in the smaller ones of this, you actually get like actual bottles of water in here instead of water. So it can be really quite funny. But let's open this. So yeah, And of course, if you put a land claim down, this doesn't refill, but it does refill if it's outside of your land claim area. So you leave that and you can keep looting it. And obviously, being a working stuff tools over time, as you progress, you get better and better stuff. Get rid of those, and I'll eat the crappy sandwich. I might keep that. We'll see. I don't really think much of the sewing kits personally. Oh, she finally got diarrhea. Fantastic. Alright, so up here, we ended up stabilizing that. Butterscotch snaps. You know, I'll still have to look those up because they sound pretty alright. Let's see. I am pretty sure we kept the height, but we leveled out the roof. So I think it came out like basically straight line to there, like from that layer straight across. I ended up having to build pillars inside that building to be able to actually have that's gonna collapse. Yeah, I had to put pillars all the way down in the building and basically cement out the whole bottom underground because this goes underground quite deep. And the thing that we didn't know for a long time is we put like a land claim in here, and the zombies, if we run away for quests for long enough, zombies would spawn and they would run up the staircase. And from memory, apart from the fact that there's some bombs there, they can quite easily jump up and keep going once they get rid of all these, right? Also those bombs. So I can't jump properly with parkour, but that was quite useful in the beginning, except occasionally we'd run over it. But yeah, I had to... Come on, get gone. I didn't mean like literally just phase out of existence. Jesus Christ. Sometimes these zombies like take it too far. Is there a hole there? Wow, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, well that explains where the zombie went, at least. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so I ended up gutting all of these. I ended up breaking them all down because it gives you quite a lot of like mechanical parts and stuff. Obviously, like we kept a couple of office chairs, and I had to get rid of this slope and stuff because obviously you come down in here. I am going to go through the building properly. There is a back door here somewhere. Yeah, here. So he's going to just completely decimate that. I don't really want that. Can you not? Alright. So, as you can see, this is the back of the building. So over here is completely open. And it took me a long time to have enough resources to bring this as a straight line going across here. And quite frankly, what I should have done is I never should have gone all the way around the place. Yeah, I should have capped it at the building. I should have taken it in from the building. What was that about a cocktail? Yeah, you were trying to bloody pass me the Molotov things, whatever, and you accidentally threw it at me instead of dropping it on the ground, and then you just set us both on fire. Like, I swear, neither of us can be trusted with one of those things. Yeah, so this is out the back. And obviously, I ended up having to build that up higher there, and I had to build more support beams to take the roof all the way out and across to as far as possible. There are dogs in there, so I'm just going to leave that alone for the moment and get back over here. So, yeah, I ended up having to get rid of the doors and make it solid walls, and I ended up, I think, this area basically kind of stayed the same. I just put barrels, and I tried putting originally, this is where I put all my farm plots, and they never grew. They would not accept seeds, so I just gave up trying to put them inside. But this keeps going. So obviously, like if I ran upstairs, boom, I'd die. So that was part of the problem we were having, is the zombies were coming in from the back door too. And if I'm very careful about this, because I don't know where the bombs actually are, but there are dogs in here too. Come on. Yeah, I'm just giving a quick tour of the base. Well, as quick as you can in a big place like this, to kind of explain one of the photos of this place when I had it. It's basically my fortress. This room was like the worst for trying to get them to stop spawning in here. Do you know, I, I, I gutted this room and I filled it to the brim with spikes. And you'd still hear them spawn and go, ah, on the spikes. And you're like, oh my god, you know? What are the glass? Oh yeah, I don't need aloe vera seeds. Let's give it some beer though. I must admit, like the jars of beer and honey always look so good. And I'm like, they're probably not. But they look alright. Okay, so keep going. So I basically gutted everything in here. And of course, that gives you a lot of metal, wood, whatever's in plastic bags. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can get. This keeps going. So, by the way, going down that outside bit saves you all this time. So, instead of like finding your way through, if you're a low level, this helps. So, this little room, I ended up having to leave pretty much as it was because it had these two in here. And for us at the time, all the stuff we kept getting out of this as we progressed was just, it was insane. Like the parts, we weren't finding that anywhere else because we didn't know you're supposed to go and deal with like working stiff tools. I don't want to walk out the side yet. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm gonna have to because that will take me all the way through to where that end bit is. But out here is a dog. It's on one of these two sides, and I fucking hate it.